Peace and love, good people. Salute. Salute, everyone. Definitely wanted to come by and just really quickly share my thoughts on something that's been buzzing for the past few days and, touch in with the good people about this particular matter. Quick question, you guys. Can somebody explicate to me what the point was this last weekend for Boots and Virgil to do the face-off after the fight Virgil had? Can somebody explicate to me what the point of that was? The hyperbolic display of the face-to-face that they did when neither Virgil nor his team, from the beginning, apparently, had any intention whatever to get that work with Boots. Can somebody explain that to me? Now, initially upon seeing that spectacle, I was highly interested and happy, about the prospect of that fight, right? Something that has been hovering and buzzing for, I don't even know how long, right? People talking about Virgil and Boots for well over a year, right? And especially considering that Boots had just come off of a fight that nobody asked for, right? With a virtual unknown in the sport, right? So, I was glad to see that was out of the way, that nonsensical fight that he did in his debut at 54, of course, right? So he's coming off of that. Now Ortiz had his fight. It was galvanizing, right? To see him in there face to face with Virgil, the actual man that we have been calling to see him get in the ring with, right? So that hearing Boots announce that he was going to be there in attendance for that Ortiz-Lubin fight, of course I was ready for the smoke alarm to be rung. That's what I was expecting, right? Well, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, after all of that, Team Virgil has already evacuated the premises. How the fuck did that happen? I thought we were showing up for that smoke. You mean to tell me these people hauled ass that quickly? I mean, more quickly than we could bat an eye. Virgil and his management have hauled the fuck out of Dodge? Say it ain't so, you guys. I mean, is it safe to say that we can call this the swiftest duck that we have seen in quite some time? I think it's safe to say so. I mean, I'm absolutely perplexed, you guys. And now amid all of this duckery and hoodwinking, right? There is also this outlandish and ridiculous claim being made from Team Virgil that they want supposedly a minimum of $10 million just to even consider the possibility of a fight with Boots, the fight that they lined up a face-off for. I mean, you really just can't make this stuff up, you guys. Can y'all believe this folly? It's the most absurd attempt ever of a clout chase. $10 million just to possibly ruminate on it a bit, right? The fuck is going on? Additionally bizarre, good people, is the fact that Team Ortiz has absolutely rendered themselves exposed, by trying to instead push for a fight with Earl Spence Jr. instead of Boots Ennis. Now, when EJ showed up, he was in attendance for that fight over the weekend. It was wonderful to see him. I was ecstatic, right? And I will definitely admit that I was riding the wave of that energy in seeing him, especially after hearing Virgil announce that was his dream fight, and just even mentioning Earl's name. It's like, oh my God, because what it did for me, I was kind of galvanized around it because I am a staunch EJ supporter. And of course, I'd love to see a return of the King to the ring. Right. And so I was really just buzzing about the possibility more than anything else of seeing a return from EJ. But ladies and gentlemen, I am on EJ's time. He's not on my time. OK, EJ has been out of the ring for damn near pretty much over 2.5 years at this point. He has not seen a ring in over 2.5 years, ladies and gentlemen. How the fuck is Virgil trying to circumvent a live killer, a live dog that's not only in front of him in the king boots, but who is salivating for all the smoke with him. How are you trying to bypass that energy, that action in front of you for a man who hasn't stepped foot on a battlefield in all of this damn time? A man who we're not even sure what condition he's going to show up to the ring in? A man who is rusty? We're not even sure of what tools he has sharpened? Why are you chasing that man? This man, Virg, is doing his damnedest already to curtail a fight that pretty much all of the boxing world has been calling for goodness knows how long at this particular point. Now, and it's crazy because, I liked Virgil, right? But upon seeing this, y'all, I have a reticence. I'm kind of recoiling away, from him and that whole energy that he is putting out now. Okay? I'm looking at him like, no. I don't rock with the bullshit, y'all. This man and his team blatantly ducked boots in a matter of 3 or 4 goddamn days. Please get out of my face with that nonsense. I don't care if it was his management on Twitter publicizing, these remarks and, making these sentiments. I don't care because Virgil, he pretty much co-signed and stamped these sentiments by even mentioning and uttering EJ's name at the presser. Because now that I'm coming down off of the wave, of my excitement for seeing EJ, everything is clear now that the smoke has settled, right? This dude is clout chasing a man who hasn't fought in over 2 years. It's ridiculous to me. When he's got a live dog ready to go on smoke time, like, let's get it popping. This the man you said you wanted, right? Who ducked you? You were claiming that his father and everybody else on his team was saying that he ducked you. Where he go right now? What's good? And you running? Pack Virgil the fuck up and get him out of here, please. I'm through with this whole thing is just absolutely revolting. This man wasted my time, and I do not take things like that lightly. You know what I mean? I don't play with that stuff. Zip him up and get him out of here. It only took 3 or 4 days for Team Virgil to tuck their tails and run. Crazy work. That's it for me, y'all. I'm on to the next. Peace.